Well, it's Thursday night, and that means another stellar edition of the Squared Circle Maniacs podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles, the man to my left in the red shirt. Red like Christmas morning. Hulkamania lives forever. How's that snow out there, Dr. Don?
What a weird day. 87 yesterday and snowing like hell when I came home. I don't know what's going on out here.
His name is Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. You know him, beloved, from the Twitterverse. He's ensconced in stately Wayne Manor in the ranting room, where he's got a great view through the magic windows of all the snow falling. Snow falling like dandruff off of Mark Briscoe's head.
Not Mark, no.
Eddie Kingston?
No. Lice Boy. His name is literally Lice Boy.
He's got his head shaved now.
Yeah,
Have you seen
that's
him?
why they had to shave it. I still haven't seen him. I still haven't seen Lice Boy.
He's there. He's there.
We're here. Thank you all for joining. Hit that like and subscribe. We appreciate you supporting the show. The super chat is open. If you got something to say, we are on our way to WrestleMania. And I got to tell you, Bottles, I watched at least the tail end of SmackDown this Friday. And the IWC never lets you down when it comes to bitching and moaning and complaining. Never fails. You're never going to make them happy. If their favorite wrestler doesn't win, they're always happy. Matter of fact, a super fan of the former champion crashed out so hard she got her Twitter account suspended.
Really?
Suspended. Not just banned for 30 hours, suspended. How nuts is that? I can't remember her name, honestly. Candy or something like that. I mean, seriously, dude, Drew McIntyre lost. It's not the end of the world.
No.
I'm just going to say this much, right? So we have a new world champion, Cody Rhodes. The new is old again, right? This will be his third Mania in a row, I believe, where he's going to main event. You said it last week. I read something about it this week. I think he is going to main event night one of WrestleMania this year. I think you were right. I read something about it this week where the rumor is that's the night he's going to have his title defense. What do you think of that?
I think that because I figured that because of the way it all played out, and plus the fact that they're probably going to do a multi-man match where it's going to be Jacob Fatu, possibly someone else mixed into this. We've got 6 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So anything could happen.
Yeah.
Look what happened last Friday. And then, if you look at CM Punk's lifelong ambition to main event WrestleMania.
Right.
That's
a real main event. Night 2 is the real main event. We all know that. Night 1 is a bunch of really good entertainment. Sometimes it can steal the show. Historically, you close the show with the main event on night 2 or the end of the card. That's what the main event is. It always has been traditionally.
Out of these 3 guys, who's the bigger star in your mind? Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
That's why he's main eventing. That's why he's main eventing with Punk.
Exactly why. You're right. I did a little bit of research before we did this show today because the crash out from Cody Rhodes winning is so utterly ridiculous. I'm running out of adjectives to describe it. It's just, if you're not a Cody Rhodes fan, that's fine. I get it. Like, he's been used a lot. He's been shoved down your throats. And we're going to talk about some of the angles I hope we see coming out of this.
Yes.
But I did the research. He's still one of their top merchandise sellers from last year, Bottles. He's still coming into this year, one of their top merchandise sellers. He still gets reaction when he comes out. The crowd still sings his song. They still cheer him when he wins. I'm not saying it was like it was 2 years ago. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. Every dog has his day. Every horse runs the race. Eventually, you've got to do something to change this up. Eventually, you've got to go in another direction. I get that. But I want to be heard on what I'm saying. He's still a top merch seller. When he won the title, they didn't boo. The fans in attendance did not boo. They didn't lose their shit. They didn't come unglued. They didn't cry about it.
No, the live fans have a tendency, the live fans are more casual fans, and they have a tendency to
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show and react the way they always react to their heroes. Now, the IWC, on the other hand, is a totally different story.
Let's talk about that, because a big bunch of bullshit has been made about the amount of dislikes on the YouTube video that's out there of him winning the championship. Right? I want to talk about this.
Sure.
It's got 1.65 or 1.6 million views now. Okay, 1.6 million. Mm-hmm. It has 212,000 dislikes. 212,000. Let's put this into perspective. Of all the people that watched that video, oh, by the way, right, it's still got like 36,000 likes, which isn't close to the 212, but let's think about this. Of all the people that watched this video, 12.5% gave it a thumbs down. Do you know how small of an audience that is that took the time out of their day, go look that video up, and then decide, Cody Rhodes disgusts me. I'm going to complain about it in my chat room. I'm going to bitch and complain. Mom, bring me some Tostitos. That's who they are. That's who they are. He's still selling money.
Of course.
He's in major movies coming out this year with Roman Reigns, and I'm sure they're going to be going on a tour together. That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
What do you expect? What do you expect from the IWC? Okay, they're gonna flood it. They're gonna flood that video with dislikes, because why? Why would they? I mean, what would make them jump on the Drew McIntyre bandwagon?
Because
he's doing great work. He's doing great work. Guys,
on and off screen.
Built like he's ripped out of I don't know, Tales of Olympus. It's unbelievable.
He looks
it's
like
just
a Greek
unbelievable,
god,
man. Yeah, it's crazy. But he's got to go away to film his part in Highlander, the remake with Henry Cavill, which they were shooting, but they had to postpone it because Cavill tore a ACL or an MCL or something like that, or a bicep, and that's why he hoped to get it all filmed before WrestleMania, but now it's got to be after WrestleMania.
So here's the thing, right? And I want to make sure I read this, because Dave Meltzer was on one this week, as he was on one last night at the show we're going to talk about later.
He's drinking that hair dye is what he's doing.
Dude, he really is. Here's what he said earlier this week. The problem is WWE built an audience that knows nothing about business, and they're running a business. They built an audience that wants what they want from an emotional standpoint, and we're tired of this. I'm going to read that again. They built an audience that wants what they want from an emotional standpoint of we're tired of this, even if it's working. If you go to the arena, those fans aren't tired of it. What the fuck is he trying to say in that statement? What is he trying to say?
Probably what we said just a little while ago, how the fans in the arena who are casual fans, they're not tired of Cody Rhodes. He hasn't worn out their welcome yet. But the fans that actually peruse wrestling, the fans that are actually hip with what's going on in the wrestling world, the IWC, whatever you want to call them. I don't think the IWC would actually incorporate everybody who's a fan of wrestling, but we'll use that term for right now. Those guys follow every nuance, every drop, every nugget of news that comes across X or Twitter. Okay,
and
the casual fan doesn't do that.
All the promotions.
The casual fans don't do that. The casual fans have no idea who David Finlay is. The casual fans, a lot of them had no idea who Danhausen is. That's why he got
booed.
A lackluster reaction at the elimination
chamber.
chamber.
Got fucking booed.
Yes, he did. When the smoke went off and he disappeared, they booed. Because he didn't say anything. I guess they were waiting for him to say something. I'm not sure. But that's what you got. That's what you got from the casual fans. They're not hip to all that. So what we're looking at now is with Meltzer saying that and saying that they don't know what the WWE fans don't know anything about business. Are you telling me that the AEW fans know about business while they're got their orange fingers Donald ducking it across their basement to get another wad of tissues and a bottle of Jergens while they're watching AEW Dynamite? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that these kids know everything about business? They think Tony Khan is just going to go and fund this operation on YouTube, on my AEW, the whole 9 yards, just for shits and giggles. He's just going to do it to keep the fans happy. Not
I'm
make
doing
any
it
money.
for the love of the game, man.
Don't make any money. Don't worry about that. Sooner or later, Shad Khan's going to say, Tony, where's all the money going? Where's all the money going, Tony? What's going on here? I got a dog down by my feet. What's going on with the money, Tony? I don't understand. Where did it all go? Where did it all go? I can't sell that many bumpers. We're running out of bumpers to sell to make sure John Moxley eats. Okay? We got it. Orange Cassidy gone. Let's go start shopping people.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
The nonsense tweet that this fucking goof put out there about the fans don't know the business. They know how much the seats are. They're selling those seats at WrestleMania for an eye-popping sum. I'm not attending, and I make a pretty good living. I'm not attending. So don't tell me that the fans don't understand the business of wrestling when the fans are the ones that are buying the merchandise. They know damn well what the business aspect of WWE is, because they buy the stocks, they buy the belts, they buy the shirts, they buy the toys, they buy the tickets. To pretend like a casual WWE fan, and I do mean this, a casual fan doesn't see how much this shit costs. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your skull?
They all know. When they buy the tickets, they know. When they go and surf WWE.com for tickets or Ticketmaster or wherever you're going to get your tickets from, they know exactly what they cost. SmackDown tickets. For SmackDown tapings, I think it's $700 for front row.
Yeah, for $700. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
So yeah, I saw that statement. It tripped me out. But I will say this much: Vince Russo, I know you're out there. Vince Russo said, and we've been saying this, and you've been on it, and I've been on it. Vince Russo essentially said it's time to turn Cody Rhodes heel at WrestleMania 42. And he wants to see it done in a way that was Bret Hart, Steve Austin way. I don't look, okay, to say that casually as he did, I just want to make sure we're all clear on this. That was the greatest double turn in the history of wrestling. You don't just do that on a whim. That shit was so well booked, and I give Bret Hart a lot of shit, but his wrestling mind is spotless when it comes to how to tell a story in a ring. Him and Austin didn't just tell a story; they told an entire movie in that match where they had the double turn. It's not as easy as simply saying do the double turn, because we all remember last year the way WrestleMania ended with Cody Rhodes and the skinny ass rapper coming out whacking him in the face. You can't have some dumbass shit like that this year. You need to tell a story.
You can't do a double turn this year because they're both baby faces. Orton and Rhodes are both baby faces.
Thank you.
I think it would have made for a better match if it would have been McIntyre and Orton and Rhodes. That's what they should have done. McIntyre, Orton, and Rhodes. And then actually they're not talking about who put Randy Orton out for weeks. Remember months ago when he got hurt backstage, he got waylaid, he didn't see who did it, he was out for weeks. Who put Jacob Fatu out for weeks besides this dentist? Who did it?
Who got a hold of Jimmy?
Haven't even brought it up.
Who got a hold of Jay?
Who got a hold of Jay? They haven't brought that up. Is it a guy you don't even think about, Sami Zayn, or is it Cody Rhodes? Or is it Randy? Well, Randy Orton wouldn't beat himself up. So it's got to be Cody Rhodes. Or Sami Zayn.
Look, don't let it be Sami Zayn. If you let it be Sami Zayn, you have officially shit the bed on all of this and you've wasted the time.
Aren't you worn out?
Cody Rhodes.
Aren't you worn out with good guy Sami Zayn? You could do this, buddy. You could do this, brother, giving people pep talks backstage. Aren't you tired of that shit?
I'm going to make sure you and everybody else understands me. I'm fucking tired of Sami Zayn, period. I'm tired of the out-of-shape, brawling, wannabe Paul Bunyan-looking dude. I'm tired of all of that shit. I'm done with it. I'm done with Sammy.
I don't understand why this company doesn't bring back El Generico and put him in AAA for 6 months. The wrestle was El Generico. It would have been, in the grand scheme of things, it would have been fantastic for him to do that with El Grande Americano. Have a feud down in Mexico like that. Just get Sami Zayn off my TV. For that matter, I've got Cody Rhodes fatigue. I know you don't. But I've got Cody Rhodes fatigue.
I think if you have him turn heel, which I hope they do, you've got another solid year run out of him, minimum. Solid year run. Because I think he can build an actual stable of younger guys to surround himself with. And what was the Nightmare Factory? Bring that back. Make it count this time. Get some up and coming heels like, I don't know, Obafemi. That'd be a good one to have in your corner.
Well, he's a babyface, pal. The way they have it all going with Oba, he's a babyface.
Put him in your corner. Let's stay with me here. Put him in your corner. Put that young guy in your corner. Maybe Trick Williams, you put him in your corner.
But
right?
There's no way they can keep Trick Williams as a heel for much longer with the reactions that he gets.
You keep saying this. You keep saying this. You can make anybody heel if they get aligned the right way, Bottles. Anybody can get turned heel if they get shit on enough.
Well, look at the Usos.
Into the house.
Glenn Taylor, 1834 for $19.99. Thank you very much, Glenn. Good points, guys. Oh, I'm feeling that punch Jimmy Lato and Punk. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Glenn. Yes.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
A great storytelling right there, and a great performance from Jimmy Uso. Thanks, Glenn.
You did talk about this, and Teddy Long came out this week, and he actually did a podcast show because this all ties in together. And do you know what Teddy Long said? He
said them men back there aren't in the 20th century.
Them players don't know what's going on today.
Did you see the 20th century reference?
Yes. He said they just refused to come into the 20th century with their wrestling show. And he's right. He's right in a lot of ways. He really is.
What?
He's right in a lot of ways. He just
thinks it's the 20th century.
21st, you know what he meant.
He said 20th.
He meant 21st, a man's old. You know what
I don't think he knows where he's at. I don't think he knows what he meant. Personally.
Well, the whole thing is on this is that he even said, because that show that they have on Netflix, apparently the heat that Triple H and Brian or Road Dogg Jesse James has on that show or had on that show, apparently that was real heat. And there was real animosity with Road Dogg and Triple H because he wanted to push Chelsea Green to the moon. He was like, I don't think you see what I'm seeing here. They're going crazy over this chick. You need to do something with her. And Triple H, from what I've seen and what I've read, just sees her as he's just a stepping stone. That's all he sees her as.
Well, that's all. Well, they blame that on Michael P.S. Hayes. Michael Hayes took the heat for that.
He did,
he said in an interview with somebody, he said, they Netflix cut it all out. I praised her before I said that, and Netflix cut all that out. Are they booking this?
Backtrack.
Yes, he did backtrack.
But my point is that Triple H shut it down immediately in the show. Listen,
this show, Unreal, are they actually booking angles for Unreal?
I think they are sometimes, and I think sometimes they might actually get a little snippet of reality that's going on backstage. I think the majority of it, though, is staged. Like the majority of it. Vast majority of it. That's why I can't watch it, because I'm like, this isn't, I don't want to see it, number one, if it is real, because I don't want to pull the curtain back any more than we already have. As a wrestling fan, that's the worst thing that's happened to wrestling, is I see too much behind the curtain anymore. I don't want to see anymore. Don't show me who's working the puppets. Just put on the play.
A lot of it doesn't pass the sniff test.
Right.
So.
But I will agree with him that there's a lot of stuff. Now, from a production angle, they really have flown into this century, right? The drone angles have been amazing. The scenery in the background's been amazing. But they're still formulating the show very much in the form of how they started in the early 2000s and late 99, 98. It's still very much in that rapport where someone comes out, they talk a lot of shit, you rarely get a match. There's a million ways that they used to open shows back in the late 90s, and they seem to have gotten into this formulaic routine of putting on a wrestling show now. Do you remember in the 90s with Vince McMahon? You never knew what the hell was going to go on. Was Steve Austin going to be backstage kicking the shit out of somebody? Were they going to be in the ring? Were there going to be police arresting them and leading them off the... It was chaos every time you tuned into Monday Night Raw.
Well, you remember when they started on Netflix, you didn't know what was going to happen. There's a lot of hoopla, a lot of the backstage shenanigans going on with Netflix.
Right.
A lot of people talking in the foreground. In the background, you got somebody going, lurking in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like Drew McIntyre's like over top of all the equipment cases, all the way in the back. You'd have to look hard to see him, but people pick it out right away. So whatever they're doing, they need to do a quick course correction, because we have no idea, outside of the two main events for both nights, what's going to happen on this WrestleMania card. Somebody said today it's going to be Asuka versus Io Sky. And then someone says it's going to be Io Sky versus Asuka versus Kairi Sane. in a three-way.
I saw that too. So it's just everybody's throwing shit at the wall of the IWC and seeing what sticks, and that's when it just becomes a turd factory. So
now, do you have the Vision, the remainders of the Vision versus the Usos?
I don't think so.
Heel versus heel?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know, man. It's starting to look that way. And who does Rollins face? No one knows.
That's sort of where I'm at is we've got to start building to something. You've got to start giving me something to care about right now. Give me something that I can sink my teeth into.
As much as those tickets cost, okay? Those WrestleMania tickets are premium prices now. Why would you spend the money if you don't know what the fuck is going to go on?
Because it's the event. It's the event. You want to go to the event. You want to be at the event. It's the event. WrestleMania has come to the point now, Bottles, where it's outstaged the actual matches half the time. So you saw the ticket sales were slower this year, right? Way slower.
Yes.
And it's because twofold. Ticket prices, and it doesn't look like it's going to be one of the better cards. Because last year's card overall was just not great. It just was not a good WrestleMania.
No.
It was WrestleMania 2 bad, in my opinion. Not the worst, but definitely not the best.
Right. Very ho-hum.
And
WrestleMania.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes.
There's also news that there's backstage frustration regarding the WrestleMania 42 promo packages and the drawings that are going on. I put about as much weight in that as I do salt in a bag. Like, let's stop with that shit. They're going to change the tactics as it leads up because people get hurt. Maybe what they thought they were going to go with, they don't want to go with now. Something else wanted to happen. Just my opinion. And I knew Block Larry would have something on this one. They should have been in New Orleans. I am not disagreeing with you at all there. I think it was a bad idea to have it back-to-back at Las Vegas. I thought that was a bad business strategy, a bad marketing strategy. You just bled that market dry a year ago, and you're going to go back a year later? People don't want to go back to the same town.
But what did the town of Las Vegas or the state of Nevada pay? What did they pay them to do it back-to-back? Denisha Lane, with $9.99. Thank you, Denisha. Chelsea Green is a two-time United States champion. Triple H does not believe in her. There are other talent, too, that deserve titles, not just Chelsea, because it's not always about her. There are other talents there. And that's true.
And I'm not disagreeing. But I am saying that he has got – there's something there that he doesn't want to push her, and I don't know why. And she was red hot for a while, so we'll see.
Because she's getting thrown out of hotels because she dresses like a whore.
I think they could
remember those stories
less about that. Yes, I think they could give a 2-ton shit less about.
They don't care about that.
No, I did want to talk about. But there is going to be a multi-time Grammy winner there, but I don't think it's going to be Bad Bunny.
It's supposed to be Jelly Roll, right?
It's supposed to be 2 tons of fun. Jelly Roll's going to be in attendance with a slimmed down version of him. So we'll see where that goes.
Well, if he's there, his buddy Post Malone will be there too.
Yes, probably so. I would hope not, but probably so.
A couple of guys with stories written on their faces.
Yes. Fucking blind guys use it for Braille. What did you say in that song? Their big news this week coming out, and it continues to be big news.
What company is this involving?
AEW has released a tier buying package for international wannabe subscribers. For $120, you get all the pay-per-views and a whole bunch of other stuff. For whatever it was, $20, I don't know, $20 a month. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, $19.99, you just get the regular shows, I believe. You don't get any pay-per-views.
I think you get one pay-per-view a month.
I don't know. I think it's like 0 pay-per-views, but you get Ring of Honor.
And then there's the $9.99 where I think that's where you just get the regular shows.
No, that's right. Okay. That's right. Yes.
This also corresponds with Paramount buying HBO Max and their subsidiaries from that. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is preemptive strikes by Tony Khan to make sure he has a way to keep his product available for his fans, because you can take it from international to national real quick if your show gets canceled.
Exactly.
Hey, guys, until we get a new contract, here's where we are. We're also going to have the shows on a tape delay on YouTube the following day, but you can watch it live every Wednesday. Subscribe to this right now.
Exactly. And with this, he's got Ring of Honor side by side with AEW Dynamite, which is something he's always wanted. He's always wanted that. Always.
Which I don't understand. I still don't understand the absolute infatuation with Ring of Honor. You're keeping a dead brand alive, and I don't understand that.
What did I tell you on the phone today? That's something he grew up with. You said he's a man-child. He grew up with Ring of Honor. He talked about Ring of Honor and all those matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling on all those message boards that he was on, that he subscribed to in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing to keep trying to keep alive when it's got no television bottles.
Buddy,
it's got no TV.
He was balls deep in Ring of Honor, and that's why he's the way he is right now. Hey, now. That's why he is the way he is right now.
Thank you again, Denisha. We appreciate it.
It's failed in every incarnation Ring of Honor has. He was determined, hell-bent, to make sure that this version of Ring of Honor, which he owns, will not be a failure. And it's a glaring failure. It's just
going nowhere. It's doing nothing. It's dead.
Nothing.
So that's a little bit of the news. I do want to cover Raw real quick because there were some good, there was some bad, and there was some here we go again moments.
Okay.
Seth Rollins came out with 45 dudes dressed in black to do what, I don't know. But then the Vision came out and they all dispersed into the crowd. I don't know what this was trying to accomplish in any way, shape, or form. I don't understand this, other than it's supposed to keep the Vision from kicking the shit out of Seth Rollins again.
That's what it was.
All two of them. Does he need 15 guys to keep 2 people off of him? What are we doing?
It was a wild look. It was like a Squid Game kind of thing going on there. It's just from Netflix. It was just a wild look. Everybody's masked. You can't tell who's who. That's just, it was just a good look on TV as far as they were concerned.
The Usos.
Hopefully they don't do this ever again.
Well, the Usos, I guarantee you they are. The Usos and LA Knight came out as well to get involved. So that's, like you said, that might be building to that match. And then we got the number 1 contenders gauntlet match, which Bayley won for the women's title. So we're going to see that in a couple of weeks or maybe next week. Because I don't think this is the WrestleMania March. Yeah,
no,
okay,
it's next week. It's going to be next week. That's what I thought.
So I'll give them credit here. Hey, it's different. Like, we're actually going to have a match on this TV channel that's going to have a title.
Sure.
Right?
And the fighting champion who's taking on all comers didn't show up this week.
Yeah, she
didn't even show up to say hi.
She was busy, Bottles.
Busy doing what? Writing comic books? Come on now.
She's selling a lot of comic books these days.
Come on.
She sold 3 yesterday alone. You give her some credit. Technically, she gave them away, but still, it's the thought that counts. Uh-oh. Mark coming in with the run-in.
Rollins with 40 dudes dressed in black sounds like content on Pornhub. Mark
Dude.
K7731 with the 5 spot. Here we go. The show goes right down the shitter right now with the P-Hub comment. I don't think you can say porn in a video on YouTube, can you?
The Blue Oyster Club.
Do they strike you?
Blue Oyster Club. Intercontinental Championship match, Penta versus original El Grande Americano, because Americano actually got jumped by the group, so he got to wrestle it instead. So that's where we are. And apparently we're getting this match next week. The original Grande Americano versus the new one. So I thought this would go to Mania. Maybe it still will. It'll be a mask versus mask match. I'm glad it's not.
I'm glad it's not going to be on the Mania card, because that just sounds horrendous.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all on that. But I do like both these guys' wrestling styles. I think they're great wrestlers. Chad Gable and what's his name can wrestle their ass off. There's nothing those guys can't do in a ring. The Dominic Mysterio promo got my attention. It really did. Because Finn Balor just turned absolute shit babyface. That's the only way I can describe it. And trounced him. And then got his ass. What I loved about this is that they all kicked his ass. Even the girls put boots to his ass. I thought that was great.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't like the girls came in and rushed him and beat him to the ground. It was after the guys got in and they came and became real shit heels and just started kicking his ass. I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed that. Don't know about
I
you,
like
but I did.
I like the fake he did with the jacket, taking the jacket off, and then turn into that backwards Pele kick.
Yes.
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 Apparently he's
I
famous
did it-
for that on the when he was in Japan. I can't believe JD McDonough turned on him like that.
JD came out of nowhere and
Out of
blindsided his
nowhere.
ass.
Yes, he did. Out of nowhere.
It added to the story. I mean, that's great camera work too, right? So it's the little things that work out like this. You don't see them coming. It's great camera work. This is where WWE excels. Where it doesn't excel is some of these storylines get stale and they go on for weeks and we get the same matches on WWE shows weeks at a time. And we both said that. And now AEW's fallen into that same pitfall where I feel like AEW especially was bad this week, where I felt like I literally watched the exact same show from a week ago. I really did.
Right. Exactly. I think these companies, why is there so much repetition in these shows from both companies?
I think a lot of times they don't want to injure their main stars in angles. They're deadly afraid of that because they're running so few shows these days.
Yeah.
And the house business is no longer what draws the money. It's the PLEs and the subscriptions. That's what draws the money. It's the TV contracts.
And merchandise. Merchandise is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at Jordan Grace. I don't know if she tore a tendon or broke her ankle or what the deal is or sprained it, but she's out of Mania, supposedly.
Is she really?
It's supposed to be Jordan Grace and Julia and Tiffany Stratton for the women's U.S. title at Mania, and Jordan Grace is out, so it's going to be supposedly Julia and Stratton.
Obafemi versus Rusev. I watched all of this. This is
It
what
was a
I
good
wanted.
match.
This
Good
was
match.
great.
Yes.
More of this, please. More of we had a feud the last 2 weeks. We want to get it on. We're going to have this one off and it's over.
Right.
More of this. I thought this was absolutely spot on, everything it should have been. And then we get to see CM Punk promo. And the Usos come out to confront CM Punk, and they got heartburn with CM Punk because CM Punk is talking bad about their family, and you don't talk bad about their family. And by God, Bottles, they demand an apology.
Yes,
and they
did.
demand an apology right now.
The overacting of Jey Uso turned me off at first. It was horrible. Horrible. The overacting. Warrior JWR for $4.99. I can't take Rollins seriously, the freaking and the sing along with the fans. I also really dislike his attire. His Messiah character was so much better. So you say. I don't think any of it was any good at all. I don't like, I can't take Seth Rollins, period. But
Well, here's my thing. I can't stand the Seth freaking Rollins thing either. I can't stand the freaking.
No.
Stop. It just sounds like somebody coming on stage to put on some sort of a freak show.
it's forced is what it is.
I'm Kiki
It's
Kelly.
forced.
Hey, who's the sexy stud? That's how that feels to me.
I don't like any of it. Don't like any of it.
I like
him-
none of it.
Him in the ring, he's great in the ring. I am an innovator. I'm a proclamator.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. But when he was at his best was when he was the corporate champion. I felt that was his best run.
Yes.
He was a shit heel and he really got over with it.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
the CM Punk angle, back to this.
What did you think of the Jey Uso performance during all this?
It was totally over the top and out of control. Stop. He was acting
Horrible.
like a 6th grade girl who got trounced on by her ex-boyfriend with her feelings because he broke up with her the last day of school. Jenny,
is
I'm going
wrong?
to see
What-
other people.
What is wrong with this guy? The in-ring is horrible. Now the overacting and the promos is just horrible. It's not all just yeet and
Run it back.
run it back. Doing all that bullshit. You know, he's a good tag team wrestler.
He is
That's
a good
about
tag
it.
team wrestler.
That's
That's where
about
he
it.
is. And he
And
can
this-
sell some merch because the yeet got over.
Right. This whole thing, okay, just shows you, this whole interaction with these three guys shows you who the better Uso is.
It really does. Jimmy is without a doubt far ahead of him in every way.
I've said it for over a year now. Jimmy Uso is the premium Uso, the better Uso.
Now, the thing that got my attention in this promo, and I'm not sure if it was just me, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. CM Punk came off as a little heelish in this, in my opinion. Little bit.
They're blurring the waters. They're clouding the waters up here.
And I like that aspect to where it's not clean-cut babyface. But what he said, they said to apologize. He said, okay, I'm going to apologize. And he went on a rant. I'm sorry your brother used you. I'm sorry your family used you and made you his puppets. I'm sorry your family never helped you out, never reached down to get you up to where he was. I'm sorry you're not smart enough to see how you were being used. And went on and on. And then Jimmy just kicked this, just one shot, bam, and it was over. I thought it was great. And then Jay, on the way out, goes extra diva, like, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. How don't you hold me back? It was utterly absurd how he left the ring.
He almost ruined the whole segment for me.
It was close. It was close to making it go to shit. Thank God Jimmy got him out of the ring. Thank God. I was glad to see that happen. So Sunday is going to be the AEW pay-per-view. Let me ask you something, Bottles. How many matches do you think they have?
Hang on a second. Let me look it up.
No. Just guess. Don't look it up. I've got it here. Guess.
They've got 7 announced.
12.
12 matches announced.
12 matches.
Well, some of these are on 0 hour also. There's a 0 hour.
It's still part of the pay-per-view. It's still part of the
That's true. That's true. The 0 hour this year will not be available on YouTube. Free. Or on Collision.
Really?
Or yes.
So it's on HBO Max and that's it?
Strictly HBO Max. That's what they said last night. Yeah.
Ricochet versus Tommaso Ciampa and 19 others in the Blackjack Battle Royal. Willow Nightingale versus Lita Cross. MJF versus Hangman. FTR versus Young Bucks. Moxley versus Takeshita. Andrade El Dorado versus Bandito. Brody King versus Swerve. Thekla versus Statlander. Don Callis family versus Mystico and Jet Speed. Timeless Tony Storm and Marina Shafir. Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bain and Lena Cross, and Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong versus the Dogs. Dude, I enjoy a good wrestling pay-per-view as much as the next guy.
Right.
But there is no way in hell I'm getting in front of that TV for that long.
No. And you know what? I clown on WWE for 4-match or 5-match pay-per-views because it should be 8.
Because it should be 7 or 8. 7 or 8.
7 or 8 is a sweet spot, I think. And that's not counting the pre-show. 7 or 8 is a sweet spot. But for 12 matches, this thing's going to go on past midnight.
And Denise, I see what you're saying. Jay did not eat in this one, but he eats all the time. That's the point. He doesn't have to do it every time. It's just too much. But yeah, this pay-per-view is just too long. 12 matches is absurd. People got, I'm going to say this. Most people got to work on Monday. I'm guessing this fan base doesn't for the majority.
No.
Which, unfortunately, brings us to what we're going to have to talk about next. Go ahead, Bones.
By the way, going by the matches you announced, Willow Nightingale's wrestling twice on this pay-per-view.
Yes, she is.
Singles match and a tag team match. Lena Cross is doing the exact same thing.
Yes, she
versus Willow Nightingale in a singles match and a tag team match. You've got Britt Baker, Camille, Anna Jay, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Queen Amanada, Medulla Oblongata.
Countless others.
Countless others just sitting around in
Doing
Guantanamo
nothing.
Bay. Doing nothing. When you could bring them in and have them wrestle in the pay-per-view. But no. You've got to go ahead and just take a chance on one getting hurt. What happens if Willow gets hurt in the TBS match and she can't wrestle in the tag team match? What do you do then?
You're thinking logically with a man-child right now. Logically. And it doesn't work. But we do have to talk about last night. We've got to talk about AEW.
Those rotten bastards.
And yep, it was time. Folks, this show started off last night, and it'll get your attention real quick. 2,400 tickets were distributed, by the way. This building holds about 3,000.
Yes. Small building.
Tony Schiavone was the lead announcer on this show last night because it turns out the masked goof was ill.
Yes. I don't think he was destined to be the lead announcer. I think that he just took that over on the air. That's my opinion, but go ahead.
I think that was his job last night. Ian Riccaboni played backseat. And to make matters worse, Bryan Danielson was the third man. This was the car crash of car crashes when it comes to announcing. We got guys rapping when girls are coming to the ring. We got Tony Schiavone screaming his fucking head off. We got Bryan Danielson trying to explain why we've got a small boy wrestling a grown man. All of this went off the rails last night, and this did not help to start off with. Tony Schiavone leading off the show. I said, oh boy. This looks familiar from last week from the card that they had because we saw half of this card or more from a week ago. Right. They just changed some of the parts.
Right. Even Orange Cassidy said last week, well, I guess we're going to be wrestling these guys, the dogs, next week and probably at the pay-per-view and maybe the week after that too. I think Orange Cassidy was a little exasperated by his lot in life in this company, the standing in this company. If I have to listen to another show with Tony Schiavone as the lead announcer, I think I'd rather wipe my ass with a live sea nettle than listen to that again. It's awful. Awful. I'm not talking awful wrestling. It's awful.
By the way, Awful Wrestling was right. He said Dave Meltzer would eventually appear front and center on AEW show, and this was the show. So shout out to Awful.
Yes.
Real quick. Man called it 2 years ago. By the way, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notifications button. Johnny Bottles is in the short game instance or a short game business. He's been making some shorts for the show. We appreciate you guys checking those out. Guys and
very
gals.
much so.
So here we go. The Cracker Clan is outside of the building. We're doing this again. We're doing this. And Claudio Castagnoli has his mask on again, and he starts doing the circle jerk dance with his brethren, and then takes off for the ring with Footloose hot on their trails. And they come in the building. And this is when I said, uh-oh, where's this going to go? Moxley, did you see the weird little dance that Moxley started doing as he walked in, as the camera got out of focus from him?
He always does that. He always does. At some point in time, when the walk from the backstage to the ring, he incorporates that weird little twitch, that weird little dance.
No, it's not the twitch. He was fucking dancing. He was trying to legit dance. He had his hands going like he was at a 70s disco ball.
He's horrendous.
Did you not see this?
He's horrendous.
I just want to note this. The white man has no rhythm. Don't let him do that again.
No.
I'll give him credit, though. He's in the best shape of his life right now. He looks great. He's in great shape. But please don't ever dance again. Good God. Like I said, Claudio's got the mask on. It comes off. Footloose comes over to the camera when this thing starts. We're right before it starts. And starts talking into the camera with another one of those god-awful segments. And as she begins to talk, Bryan Danielson's like, well, you know, when they say, and they pan out instantly and go to another shot. They're like, don't let her talk to the camera again. Don't let that happen.
Right. Ashen Chevalier X with a Canadian 5 spot. The masked goof had to go. His white pointy hat meeting.
That's a shot.
That's a callback right there. That's a throwback.
Yes, it is.
To
PWG. If you don't know, you should look it up because it was not friendly.
Not friendly at all.
I can't believe when this happened, she's talking to the camera, and I can hear it in the background. You know something I touched? Cut! Right away. Someone else, anybody, but don't let her do that again.
Mox is in the best shape of his life. It's going to be a good match tonight. I think you got to factor in Claudio on the answer.
Out comes Takeshita, who they announce is the New Japan World Television Champion. Apparently, he's the champion in name only because he's got no title. What the hell is that?
Who knows? No, look, no one really cares. No one really cares about his belts, his other belts.
Apparently,
no one cares about these extra belts. There's too many goddamn belts.
He comes out with Hey to Zero. So it's going to be Hey to Zero and Takeshita versus the Cracker Clan. So here we go. Claudio and Hey to Zero get this thing off, and it's a slow, painful start. And I mean, CM Punk at the PLE last week, painfully slow to start.
Yes.
And it was sloppy, and they weren't hooking up real well.
And it looked like Hey to Zero looked like he didn't want to do business in the ring.
He did not look like he wanted to do business, did he?
No. He looked like, I'm not taking that move. You're going to sell for me. I'm not selling that bullshit. I'm not selling these elbows.
I'm seeing a lot of this, though, from a lot of the power guys that they bring up from Mexico. Because who is the other one that's dating Mrs. No Belts?
The Beast More Toast.
Yes, that's another one that doesn't like to
More Toast does not like to sell either. No, he probably doesn't think he has to. Why would a guy who's ripped, barrel-chested, want to sell for Orange Cassidy or Hook or Jack Perry, these little guys? Who would want to do that? And now, granted, this guy's wrestling Moxley and Claudio, of course. But maybe Moxley he doesn't like Moxley at all. Maybe he's not a fan of John Moxley.
I don't know what this was, but the way he started was bad. And then Takeshita gets in the ring, and son, he's got a shiner. He's got a real black eye that apparently Claudio gave him last week on Collision. So I don't know what happened there. He ducked what he should have dodged.
Yes.
Again, this goes slow again once Claudio and Take a Zero get back in the ring. I don't know what's going on here. Claudio gets the win with an eye poke and a roll-up after all the shit that happened in this match. After all the ridiculousness.
I think there's a lot of tension in the ring, and the backstage said, I tell them to go home, please. Thank you. And the ref said, go home. Did you notice that Moxley, no matter what Hate the Zero would do to him, he wouldn't fall to the mat? He wouldn't leave his feet?
Yeah. He was like, if you're not going to sell, I'm not going to sell.
Club him in the head, elbows to the face, chops. He just staggered back into the corner like, he got up out of bed and was going through the liquor cabinet to get another fifth of whiskey. He just staggered forward.
Anyway, the Callis family runs in and attacks Footloose. She eats shit right away. I was glad to see Footloose get chucked out of the ring.
Took a shot. Chicken Hawk clubbed her, and she just went right.
He was like, we're not having that today, Miss a Foot.
No.
Right out of the ring she went. Fat-ass Mark Davis comes in and gives Takeshita a chair, and he refuses to use it, says he wants to beat Moxley on his own. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Mark Davis should wear just a black singlet. It's more slim.
He looks better, didn't he? Didn't he look better?
He looked better in a black singlet. He wore like a black tank top and black pants.
Did you notice he wasn't wearing those look at my fat ass drawers?
You're exactly right.
Yes, it's a much better look for him.
Yes, he's out of the granny panties and in black pants.
Exactly. We go to the back, and Renee Baguette is standing with Willow Nightingale, Gale, and Persephone, and they argue over which one can hit each other harder. So I guess they're going to have a match later.
And with
I've never seen Persephone.
With the echoing just rebounding off the walls.
It was echoing pretty bad. And Persephone was like, I'm going to hit you harder.
Yes. Her middle name is Samsung.
It probably is. By
the way, she is the one who won the title back from Mercedes, the CMLL title belt.
Well, let's talk about that real quick, because you and I have discussed this, because I said there's no way Mercedes was going to go coast to coast, continent to continent and lose all these belts. Turns out she is, because Tony Khan's a mark that's willing to foot the bill to send her back to all these continents to lose these belts.
Right.
Here's the problem. None of this is being shown on AEW television. So they're telling a story that they're not showing on air, that unless you're an Ultimate Mark following all this shit, I didn't even know she had lost all these belts. I had no idea.
When they're all gone, she's going to make her appearance back on TV and be all depressed and pissed off that she lost everything. And she's going to rebuild and start over. Don't be surprised if she turns babyface.
Oh, Broddles, you're making my life so much worse.
I don't want to see it either. Who missed her? Has anyone ever said, all these weeks she's been gone, where's Mercedes Moné? How come she's not back? Please bring her back. Please bring her back. I'm afraid she's going to come back on this pay-per-view on Sunday. I really am. I hope not, but.
I hope not too. I don't think so. Either way, I won't be watching it. And this is where Tony Schiavone, and please don't impersonate this, because I already had to listen to it once. As they go to commercial break, he is fucking screaming into his microphone about the upcoming match with 8 Ball and Cal, screaming about it. You don't want to miss this. Kyle is going to fight 8-Ball. Just losing his mind like Sting was facing Hogan for the WCW title at Starrcade. And I was like, Tony, what are you doing, pal? What are you doing?
Every time I see that man or hear his voice, I think about what Bobby Heenan said in that shoot interview many, many years ago, like 25 years ago. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On YouTube, it's a shoot. Just look it up. Bobby Heenan shoot interview. He's got the black shirt on, and the camera's just focused on him. You never hear the. I think what was it? What company used to do that all the time? Have those shoot interviews? I forgot. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
There was a few of them.
It was a few of them. But this guy,
Bobby Heenan interviews said, or something.
Bobby Heenan, no, not kayfabe commentaries. It was the other one. The company that was.
There's a bunch of them.
There was a company that was run by a pedophile.
Kayfabe commentaries.
Not kayfabe commentaries. That's a different guy altogether. Kayfabe.
That's a shot. Calm down. I'm joking.
No, kayfabe was run by the guy who
does Kevin Nash's show now.
The Kevin Nash show. Yes. It Rob, whatever. It doesn't matter. But Heenan said that he hated Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone hated the crew. He hated the wrestlers. RF video, exactly. He hated the fans, and he wouldn't tell Mike Tenay or Bobby Heenan what was on the show, what was coming up, what the spots were. He kept it all to himself. And he says that Tony Schiavone's only thing is knowledge is power. If he knew something that you didn't know, he kept it to himself because he felt like that made him a bigger man. And he was a prick to everyone who came in contact with him. So I have no sympathy for Tony Schiavone or his lot in life right now. And having to, what is he, 70 years old now? 72?
70-something.
Yes. And having to do this bullshit. I'm sure he's being paid very well.
I thought you were talking about Vivid Videos for a minute. I was like, I don't think I saw that one.
Vivid Videos. Bobby Heenan.
I missed him on that one. Anyway, out comes Don Callis backstage with Kyle, and he said he's going to put 8-Ball on the ground, and MJF comes out of nowhere and asks Kyle to beat up 8-Ball. 8-Ball comes out, and I'm sorry, man, I can't get past the aesthetics because Kyle Fletcher is a good-sized athlete. I've never said anything bad about how he has definitely got to build for this business. He looks a part of this business. The promos need a lot of work. We both agreed on that. This guy, 8-Ball, standing next to him, looks like it's laughable. It is laughable. And I don't mean like Mysterio facing off against Paul White, where he just got the shit kicked out of him for 5 minutes and then had a fluke win. 8-Ball was getting in offense this entire match.
The entire match. Trading offense back and forth. Then it broke down to spammy finishers and 2.5 counts. It was just the shits.
He is a whole head shorter than Kyle Fletcher because they stood toe-to-toe, and that's how short he was. And don't bring me Bryan Danielson because I am not the guy. I didn't care for Bryan Danielson. He was Daniel Bryan. That's when I stopped watching this shit because I was like, they're making a 5'8" champion out of this guy who has no charisma with me. That's over with all the dorks that like this shit now. I'm done with it. Flames in the house.
Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury for a 5 spot. F. Tony Schiavone. He knew that I should never married my first wife and never told me. Exactly, Fluff. He held that back from you. That son of a bitch.
Anyway, this thing goes back and forth. They're outside. So this guy, Kyle Fletcher and 8-Ball are out of the ring for a full 5 minutes. And
no one's counting.
Not a fucking thing. No one cares.
What about even with the Moxley match, the Moxley-Claudio match? No one was counting.
I expect that. This one was egregious, though. This was egregious.
It was horrific.
This thing, it's just going on and on. Okada comes down to distract the ref. Fat-ass Mark Davis comes in the ring, gives Kyle the belt, who completely whiffs the belt shot. What? He wasn't this close to his head. Did you notice that?
Yes,
he wasn't
it was
even
awful.
Close to his head.
Awful.
We then get the 3 count, and then they go to ringside with Okada outside, prowling the area. And there's Dave Meltzer. Grimacing.
Staring down Okada, wishing he was mentally undressing Okada with his eyes because he loves Kazuchika Okada. I'm sure I butchered that first name. There you go.
When I saw that, and I'm going to be, if you call yourself a wrestling journalist and you're ringside at any show, but when the rival company is near you and you don't go at all, I'm out. Just stop. Stop the bullshit. And this is where it gets even better, because Dave Meltzer had another comment this week, and this happened after they announced their pricing tiers. He said, the gap is closing. All those people who were hounding me about AEW going to die, they're very quiet. It's like what Eric Bischoff had in 97. They're in the dust. They're not even competitive anymore. We won the war. Then all of a sudden, you didn't win the war. WWE is way, way ahead, but the gap is closing. The other guys are coming. Dave, this show was in front of 2,000 people. Raw was in front of 11,000. SmackDown's going to be in front of 10. I think the following Raw is in front of another 12,000 people. Well, there's no gap to close. You're getting lapped. And if this deal goes through, you're going to be looking for this show on another channel.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe my AEW. Maybe my AEW. That will be the only outlet for them. Who knows? Have you seen the AEW merchandise stands? People go there to the live shows and bitch because they got 5 T-shirts of like 6 different types. And that's it. And that's it. And then they run out. And it's laughable. It's a Bush League operation is what it is. I can't wait to see the YouTube comments on this show tomorrow. It's a Bush League operation. Admit it. Great wrestlers. They're really talented people, in the ring, most of them.
Some of them. But some of them. I'm not even going most of them. Some of them. If the Bucks never wrestle on my television again, I'll be fine with that.
If they retired tomorrow, if they retired at midnight tonight, I'd be a happy man.
If 8-Ball was never on my TV again, or Orange Cassidy, I'd be fine with that. I'm okay with that.
We have Orange Cassidy fatigue and 8-Ball fatigue. We really do. You need to take some of these guys off TV and throw on the people that you just have languishing in Guantanamo.
Bigger guys. Some of the bigger guys. You've got a guy named Chicken Hawk that you never use. He's the size of a truck. Chicken Hawk never has matches. Never. Because he makes your other wrestlers look like children.
Yes, he does. Children. Yes, he does. Why sign him then? Why sign him if he's going to make your other wrestlers look small?
Dude, I don't know, but good for him because he's getting paid.
Have you seen the interview with John Morrison?
No, he was on this show, though.
Not John Morrison.
Yeah, he was on here later.
No, he wasn't.
When he was, I'm going to point it out to you, too.
John Morrison, who used to be in the WWE.
Was in this show later.
What? I must have fast forwarded through that segment. Okay. He just did an interview. He shaved his head for an angle. I think it's Ring of Honor. He shaved his head, and he's bald now. He's 47 years old, the best shape of his life still. And he did an interview saying that he feels like him and a whole bunch of other talent are on an island, far away from the other talent that's on Dynamite and Collision.
It's got a fucking name. It's called Guantanamo Bay.
Right.
It's not just a joke. It's a real place. And when you get there, you're not getting off.
Right.
Again, where's Camille? The most talented big girl they've had that actually drew viewers, that made me go, who's this big chick?
Yeah. He actually said that he's in the best shape of his life. He's being paid very, very well. I'm just summing everything up right now. But he never thought he'd close out his career this way.
Well, he was on this show, so we'll see. Brody King has a pre-taped segment while he's walking to the ring, saying he's been looking for Swerve all over town. He gets in the ring to face a guy called Hobo Fro and beats his ass within 30 seconds. That was it. Hobo Fro went down quick.
I fast forward through the show to get to this segment, and I missed the entire match. I just saw him cut a promo, and then
clothesline, big ass bomb, and here comes Swerve, who begins choking him with the chain in the ring. He was hiding in the crowd.
Right.
Brody King breaks the chain, and the quote baddest man, or the most dangerous man, as they call him in the business, Swerve Strickland, then attempts to run away.
Yes.
Only to get caught and get choked out, to have Prince Nana save him so that he can then run away again. Right. I don't understand the Swerve Strickland character anymore. Officially, I don't get it.
Why make him a chicken shit heel? I don't know.
Exactly. And yes, I called him Hobo Fro. Because if you saw him, he had the build of a hobo, like just 110 pounds of nothing, and a white afro is the only way I could say it. A white afro. If you've ever seen a white afro, you know what I'm talking about.
There you go.
So he is officially dubbed Hobo Fro.
Hobo Fro.
Renee Baguette is backstage with 8-Ball, and there's no bass in this guy's voice at all. Please don't let him cut promos. There's no bass in this guy's voice. He sounds like he looks, which doesn't help at all. When you had guys like Saturn, who weren't overly tall, at least when they spoke, it sounded like a grown man speaking. This guy sounds like he just finished puberty, and he's not sure if he's done yet.
Right.
Cassidy comes out with Darby Allin versus Kid and Finley. And I said, the fast forward rule is in effect. And then I got to the end and things broke down. It came to an utter stop. The one wrestler dove out of the ring on the worst bump ever. Both wrestlers did, so that they could then take bumps from the flying circus that was Cassidy and Darby Allin. And then out of nowhere, Johnny Nitro beats the shit out of one of them with a tire iron. And there we go.
That wasn't Johnny Nitro. That was not John Morrison.
We discussed this last week.
That's Clark Connors.
That's Johnny Nitro. That's Johnny Nitro.
That's not Johnny Nitro.
Nope. We discussed this last week. If you're going to steal his fucking gimmick, I'm going to call it for what it is. That's Johnny Nitro.
How about Johnny Nitro Jr.? Can we say it that?
No. I'm calling him Johnny Nitro for the future.
Well, you know, his gimmick in Ring of Honor is Johnny TV, which is ironic because they're not on TV.
This guy's gimmick is ripping off gimmicks, clearly. By the way, if we're going to use crowbars from the side of the ring, what's stopping us from using pistols and shotguns next? What the fuck are we doing here?
How you sneak into the arena with a crowbar? How you go through?
I have questions, Your Honor. This thing went to shit.
Oh, you guys are just bagging. You're ragging on AEW. You're haters. You're haters. It's just TV. It's wrestling. You're supposed to have fun. That's what you'll hear in the comments.
Mr. Nobody says we should call him Johnny Collision.
Johnny Collision. Well, he's not on Collision.
I don't like that. I know.
John Morrison, the actual John Morrison. How many matches? He hasn't been on Dynamite or Collision in 2026.
I'm telling you, I saw him use a crowbar last night. I'm not going to go over this again.
He got signed in 2022, and he's had one match on Dynamite, I believe, or 2 matches on Collision.
Looking for a crowbar, baby, this evening. I'm whacking these, can you see them? That was Johnny Nitro last night.
Johnny Nitro. He's done. It's over.
Anyway, out comes the rest of this team to kick the shit out of Darby and Cassidy, and Roderick Strong returns. He's
a man
back.
who you should be frightened of. A man who's 5'7" with glasses and 45 years old.
And he comes in the ring, and he saves Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. Didn't he just turn heel like a month ago and turn on Orange Cassidy?
Yes, he did. But why worry about continuity?
My fucking head hurts.
It's the drizzling shits. It's the shits. I saw him walking down to the ring. I'm thinking he looks like a gym teacher who's about to teach a swimming class.
It's just, why? Why did he come
gain a little weight, tan, dye your hair. What about the aesthetics of all this? And they're supposed to be afraid of him?
Again.
I will say one thing. Gabe Kidd's wrestling in this match was actually better than last week.
I wouldn't know because I really did fast forward until they started diving out of the ring. I did not give a shit.
I watched a lot of it, and Gabe Kidd actually impressed me in this match because everywhere when those little guys, Allen and Cassidy, were going to do their flippy-floppy moves, he was right there in the right spot to take it every single time.
I'm sure this guy is a great wrestler. I've heard he is.
Yes.
But he's going to be if they're starting him out with these two jackasses, I got no interest.
It's a waste. Interest, pal. It's a waste.
Next, we get Persephone and Willow Nightingale, and Ian Riccaboni is rapping Willow Nightingale coming to the ring.
Yes.
I just wrote down no.
Did you notice about this time of the show, Shivani backed off a little bit and Ian Riccaboni talked more?
Yes, I did.
Flamethrower Fluff with another 5 spots. Strong heard Darby's high-pitched voice, thought his wife Marina was getting attacked. They ought to change the theme for Roderick Strong and have it be the actual song Footloose.
Dude, that'd be so badass.
Wouldn't it be? Cut loose.
But instead of just having it go Footloose, go, your wife is footloose. She's footloose. She's kicking off the brand old shoes. Something. I got to come up with something on that.
You got to write this down. Let's get Kenny Loggins on the phone. Maybe he can re-record that for them.
But this match right here, this match was the coup de grace of a turd burger. Because guess who was the referee for this match? You guessed it. It was Hee Haw herself, and she was on full display.
Absolutely.
She was on full display. Within 10 seconds of this shit kicking off, she was in the camera.
Doing it all. Screaming. Doing it all, buddy. Looked like she was landing airplanes at the runway.
I literally thought she was having a convulsion for a minute there. Mark's back in the house.
Is it just me, or does Persephone look exactly like Roosh?
That's pronounced Persephone.
Persephone? Okay. Persephone look exactly like Roosh. She does.
Pretty close.
She looks a little
bit,
it's pretty close. I think Roosh has a better perm than Persephone.
Did you notice that Hee Haw was like this close multiple times from getting involved in the match itself? Like she was going to try to do a lock up with the girls. She was like, I'm getting in there. I'm getting in there.
I do know what it was, man. Somebody ought to just elbow her one day, just clock her. Accident. And I'm sorry. Whoops. I can't believe that she's actually not wearing rollerblades while she's refereeing, so she can just move around in front of the camera quicker. They'd just put a camera on her head. Put a camera on her head, a GoPro. Have her film the matches.
These two girls get out of the ring, and Hee Haw leans over the stall and screams, "Get back in here, girls!" Leaned over the stall. They don't get back in. They won't get back in. She leaves the barn and comes out of the entire thing and tells them to get back in the ring. That's where she was in this whole thing. Utter ridiculousness.
Not counting. No one's counting when they're out of the ring. No one's counting.
No one.
On this show.
No one. And then this thing breaks down. Willow wins with a backslide. That's
it. That's it. Game, set, match. I got to give Persephone credit. She got Willow's big ass up in that razor's edge move like she was going to do it.
It looked tough.
It did. And she held her too long.
Proceed.
Held her up there too. That she slid down. Willow wiggled out of it and slid back.
You know it's a work, but we'll carry on. Collision
I know
recap
it's a work.
This is where it just went off the rails. Collision recap where Ciampa attacked Briscoe in the exact same way he did it to Johnny Gargano years ago in NXT. And when I say the same way, I mean the same guy doing the same angle and the same attack in a different company.
Did you notice Ciampa came out to crickets? No one cheered.
Very much so.
Yes. I thought Carmelo Hayes was coming to the ring for a minute there. I know it's a different company. He gets no pop either.
Bottles, they did the exact same angle. They did same angle.
I know they did. They did it in Collision. Now he's a heel. That whole entrance he's got, if he's going to be a heel, it's too long. If he's going to be a baby face, it's perfect. But he's a heel. Just get out to the ring.
I'm a heel.
That's what it should be. I'm a heel. We're going to heal it up. We're going to heal it up. Sing it. Heal it up. Heal it up.
Healing it up.
That's what
Anyway,
they're
we
going to
go backstage, and it's the Puppet Master with Willow Nightingale, and they challenge two girls to a match at the pay-per-view. Why are the champions challenging people? I don't understand this company. I don't get this whole thing. Moving on with life.
I guess Penelope Ford's leg is wrecked completely
I guess so.
from that moonsault where she broke her, sprained it, whatever.
We then get Mark Briscoe with the Bucks versus FTR and Ciampa, and I said, nope, the Bucks, they get no play. Fast forward, FTR wins. That's all you need to know. And then
Why is Stokely Halfway House still in that wheelchair?
I don't know, dude. Is he paralyzed?
Is it a shoot injury or is it a work injury?
I don't know. I think he left the halfway house too soon.
He slipped on the ice.
He
shattered
did
his rectum.
wrong.
He shattered his rectum right there.
Damn near killed him.
Yeah.
MJF and Hangman recap, and they have a press conference with Danielson being the moderator.
That's the guy you want.
This fucking thing read like stereo instructions.
That's the guy you want.
Shit.
You want Mumbles Danielson out there being an MC.
There is a group of reporters in this little row, right in this little row. You can't see their face. You have no idea who's asking the questions. You have no idea what the fuck's going on in any of this.
One of them was a legit reporter, Denise Salcedo. Denise Salcedo does cover wrestling. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got Twitter accounts, the whole 9 yards. Instagram. She's doing all social media. Go ahead, pal.
Who thought this turd burger was a good bite?
The people, even the people who are fans of AEW said this was the shittiest part of the show.
MJF couldn't save this segment. It was so bad. Somebody from a company called Instinct Culture asked a question. Instinct Culture.
That was Denise Salcedo.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Yes.
Instinct Culture.
Yes. Observer.
Danielson and MJF, Hangman and MJF start fighting in the middle of this thing at the end of it. And Danielson fucks off. Doesn't try to stop it. Just fucks off. And that was your show. They fight back into the arena, and that was as far as I was going. I didn't care.
They're closing the gap, Don. They're closing the gap. Dave says they're closing the gap. It must be true. You know, where would the gap in 2019 was so much bigger, I guess, huh? In 2019, they were doing well. In 2020, they were doing well.
Well, it did. Well, somewhere there, Vince McMahon had zombies, and I just completely was out on the WWE again. Like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
Fat asses!
I just
Mark
don't know
Davis.
what I was supposed to watch, dude. I'm done. I'm done with it. And this is their go-home show to the pay-per-view. And good luck to anybody who buys this. And
No, actually, Collision will be the go-home show. But this is the Dynamite go-home show. But they
no
still
one
got
watches
stuff on
Collision battles.
No one watches Collision, pal. But they said that some other matches might be announced for Collision. Or Collision for the pay-per-view. That's their
Dude,
thing.
you can't have any more than this, dude. There's 12 fucking matches. What are we doing here?
They've had 14 on a pay-per-view. 14 matches. And then they had the press conference afterwards.
I'm just glad that we got to see Persephone's debut. That was fun.
Persephone, yes.
And Hee-Haw was in her spirits, boy. When she leaned out of the stall screaming at them, I about lost my shit laughing. I really did.
I think she just turned 40 or 41. She just had a birthday this week, a couple days ago.
Then she left ladies and gentlemen, Hee-Haw has left the barn.
That's right. You know, you can tell her age by counting her teeth. That's what I hear.
We're not. Thank you for watching, like, and subscribe. Hit that notifications button.
Don, it's 8:14. I'm fed up and tired.
Until next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.